Ahoy! Checking out the glider. I think it's called the Glider X-81 from Kmart. It's a RC plane. I'll give you a look at it in a short moment. I'm sure you already gathered from the title what it really is. Now, I picked this thing up from Kmart for $39. It was on special from $49, and I've seen them sort of pop up online here and there, and I thought, why not give it a try? Just see if it's really worth it, how long it lasts. And I gotta tell you, like, this thing is probably one of the most fun things I've used, and one of the most annoying things I've used at the same time. We'll take a look at it. I am missing the wheels, and there's a story behind that, but it's a really simple design, actually. Really simple design. It's very cheap, made of this foam, but it does a good job at holding up, because I've had a lot of accidents and, you know, touch concrete, nothing's broken just yet. Very simple design. It's just got two little motors here that run on the back here, and there's a little lipo battery inside here. I think it's only 150 mAh, but seems to last a while. Anyway, if you're thinking of getting this, so just a heads up, I would say don't do what I did. So this is a bit of a, I guess, a reminder not to do what I did. Within the first 12 minutes of using this plane, I almost first of all, if you're getting this for your kids or for yourself, I recommend use it in a big field as such. Big field. Make sure there aren't too many people around, because within the first maybe 12 minutes of using this thing, I almost flew it into a main road, which is not good. And then shortly after, I almost hit some kid. And then what happened was, it went over a fence to a private tennis court, which was, the fence was about maybe 12-13 meters high at least. It was quite a tall fence, and the tennis court was locked, and there was a padlock, and I knew I wasn't going to waste my time and call the council, and I couldn't get the plane underneath the fence either. I couldn't fly it out, and I just had to hop the fence. So I started climbing, jumped over 12-meter fence, went down, got the plane, threw it over, climbed back over the fence, and then a few minutes later flew the freaking plane into a tree. So yeah, it is really fun, but also at the same time, as I said, if you're going to get this for your kids, make sure you come out to a big field as such. And also, I did lose the wheels. So shortly after getting into a tree, had a crash landing, lost the wheels. Now the wheels, they're really, well, they're not here, but usually they will slot into here, and here. The thing doesn't really come with any instructions. It's pretty self-explanatory. Most of it's clip in and go, and the wings also clip in. There's a clip inside there. You got to push the wings in, and they will snap into place. So just some tips and tricks, because there aren't many instructions out there, and the thing doesn't come with a manual. In case you're wondering, the tip here is a soft tip, so if you crash into something, it will just bend, which is good. Yeah, the wheels are really cheap, and sort of crashed and lost the wheels and couldn't find them. I didn't bother. They don't come with any spare parts, but you don't really need the wheels anyway. You can get away without using it. You can just throw it in the air and fly it, like I'll show shortly. Other than that, do I think it's worth $39? Look, I think they're really maybe just pushing it a little bit for that price range. I would say, I would genuinely think it's worth more towards around maybe like $25 at most. But look, it's pretty good. The controls, just really cheap plastic, takes 4 AA batteries, and they screw in on the back here, and all you got is up and down to go faster and slower, and then you've got left and right. That's it really. These buttons, they don't do anything, they're just there to take up space, and this button here and this button here does nothing, but you can click them. Now, I did notice when the battery starts to get flat, it does start to give you a reminder, or it will beep, and then once it's running really low on juice, it will I think it beeps more rapidly, the controller. But anyway, we're gonna give it a trial run and see how long this thing lasts. So in terms of flight time, it's now 3:05 p.m. That might be reversed there, but it's 3:05, 3:05 in the afternoon, and yeah, I'll just use this thing and see how long it will last out here. So we'll give it a test run, huh? Alright, so there's a problem already. I didn't have this problem yesterday, admittedly, so must be something new. But when you turn right, it turns one of the other propellers and slows the other one down. But when I try to turn left, you can see the motor to the right, this one right here, it's not working as well anymore, versus this one works fine. Not good. I don't know if that can be fixed, but yeah, it looks like the motor might have potentially burnt out. So I don't know, guys. I mean, it's pretty fun, but it's extremely fragile, and I wouldn't really recommend this to young kids because they'll probably break it within less than 10 minutes. Versus me, I used this the whole day yesterday and probably got like maybe an hour, maybe 40 minutes or an hour out of it outdoors. Mind you, I wasn't flying the entire time, but I don't know, it's just extremely fragile, you know. I don't think it's worth the price range, and to be honest, this motor's not even working, so I might be throwing this thing out or returning it. Unless it fixes itself, which I don't know, maybe it might need to reset. We can try. Turn the controller off, turn it off, and then try turning it back on in a moment. A lot of overcast today. Oh yeah, to pair it, when you turn it on here and you turn your controller on, you just go forward and back and it connects. Very easy. Oh, you know what? It fixed itself, so just forget everything I said. So if that ever happens to you, just turn it off and on. There you go. Jesus Christ. I just flew into someone's backyard. This is what I mean. This thing is a mess. It went flying all the way down there into someone's backyard. Now I have to go knock on their door and get my plane back. This thing is bad, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in a big field here. I've managed to fly all the way from up in there into this person's backyard. Anyway, all right, so I just went and knocked on that guy's door. It was really cool about it. I was like, sorry, you know, I got a RC plane in your backyard. He was like, is it around the side? I said, yeah. He's really cool about it. He's probably experienced some weird shit before living in a big, like, you know, adjacent to a big park like this. But so I'm saying this thing, man, it's I mean, I don't know, sometimes it picks up some wild speed and ends up going into a tree or over a fence, or like in this case into, you know, somebody's home down there, which isn't good, you know. We don't want any RC planes going into any buildings of any sorts, you know. It's no good. But I'm back here and I'm gonna keep using this thing. It's got LEDs, by the way, which are kind of lame, to be honest, but yeah, it's okay. And we'll just try it again, see how we go. $3.37 and it's completely out of juice. I mean, 3:37 p.m. if you take out maybe 6 minutes of that, maybe say 7 minutes out of that in between, started at 3:05, I mean, you're getting a solid 20 minutes out of this, and that was me going full throttle. I think if you use it the way it's intended to be gliding most of the time and not using a lot of the power, and also, yeah, probably gliding most of the time, not using all of its power, you could probably stretch that out to like maybe 45 minutes, I reckon. Maybe 40 minutes to be more conservative. And don't forget, I was using it like non-stop. I mean, if you have this thing, you take it out for the day and kind of using it, and then you're relaxing, using it a little bit, putting it to one side, not constantly using it, you could get a good probably 1 hour of joy out of the thing. It's really fun. And if you want to go any more than that, then I really suggest you get like a portable battery pack to bring with you. The LEDs are still going. But I don't know if there's a way to turn those off and you know, LEDs don't need a lot of power to run anyway. But I mean, that's it. It's pretty fun. One other thing I thought I'll mention, which I didn't mention before, these brackets here. So you see these brackets here that protect the propeller. This one flew off yesterday, this one here on the right, and I was gonna get some PVC glue and put it all back together, but then I realized they actually clip in. So if the same thing happens to you, don't mess about with any glue. It's a clip and it clicks right back in. So the majority of the parts on this thing are click-ins. Like, you'll click it in. They've got little brackets. They've got these little slots for the wheels. There's no need to mess about with any adhesives or glue. Other than that, pretty cool. Do I think it's worth $39? Probably not, but it depends. Like, I don't think it's worth that much. Depends what audience they're aiming it at. I mean, if you're gonna get this for your kid, you know, your kids, and they're young, and they're probably gonna break the thing they're gonna have a lot of fun for 10 minutes and then break it and go home crying. So just bear in mind it's very fragile, but at the same time it's kind of durable. It's weird, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth 39 bucks. Maybe if they sold it for like 30, I would say it's very fair. But in general, I don't think it should be worth more than maybe 30 at most. But hey, it's all right. You know, I got it because it was on special. There was no way I was going to pay 49 bucks for a piece of foam with two little fans on it and a cheap plastic controller. But hey, it was on special. I got it and I'm happy with the purchase. It's really fun. I think I'm going to be using this thing a lot more and more often. Anyway, that wraps it up. So if you're interested in this X-81 glider, I think it's called X-81 glider from Kmart, then go check it out for yourself while it's on special. I recommend. Overall value, joy, fun, quality, all of these things combined, I'd probably give it a solid 7.9 out of 10 with all those things combined. That wraps it up. Bye.